Hello, everyone, to another episode of The Mark of a God. Welcome to a wonderful new layout that we have done, thanks to the lovely Super Andiness who has foolishly decided to raid us. Andy, why? Why would you bring such a lovely community to such a hive of villainy? My name is PsycheSiren, and I play Colette, the ever-flustered, embarrassed tiefling. Andy did such a good job, y'all. They're so cute. They're all so adorable. I can't stop smiling. She is our artist for everything D&D related. Please commission her for your own D&D related means. But yes, so if this is your first time to one of our Thursday D&D nights, let me introduce myself. My name is PsycheSiren. Usually I stream a lot of variety, but on Thursdays are reserved for D&D. And usually I chat with y'all, and I'm very talkative. You can't get me to shut up. But on D&D, audio belongs to the party. So what our players do, and what I do, is we talk to y'all in chat. We type away, we text, we are very active in chatting with y'all, but audio, we usually do not shout things out, unless it's very cursed. then sometimes, the party will say something. But yes, let's go ahead and greet all these lovely folks who have decided to join us for D&D and maybe other Ds. Hello to the bot. Hello, bot. Hello, Dark. I was not late. I arrived precisely when I meant to. Hello to Mitchie and Nikki. I hope you're all having a lovely night. Gray, yes. We always have D's on Thursdays. Always. Hey, Zal, it's so good to see you. Hello, Diz. Oh my gosh, Scrubs, I really want donuts now. Why? Why would you make me want donuts so late in the day? Why would you do this to me? Oh my gosh. But yes, hello everyone from Andy's community. We love her. She's on our stream team, the PsychePaths, and she always just knows how to make us smile. We absolutely adore her. Please check her out at twitch.tv/superandiness. And hello, Twist and Sage. I think I've said hello to everyone. And without further ado, let us go ahead and join the crew of the Mark of a God. Hello?
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 Hello. Sorry, I just got back from pooping.
I would like to order. I would like to order
What?
pepperoni pizza.
Okay. What else do you want? We got pepperoni.
Extra cheese.
Extra cheese.
Don't forget the soda.
Who said that? Is someone with you?
No.
Maybe.
What kind of soda do you want?
Mom said order Coke.
She's asking what soda we want, guys.
Coke. Mom said order Coke.
Coke. But not drugs.
Mozzarella sticks.
Did someone say mozzarella? Is there another person with you?
Mozzarella
not
sticks,
okay.
please.
Okay.
Only Coke.
Only Coke. Oh, so you don't want food. You just want a Coca-Cola.
No.
Okay, writing it down. Just a Coke.
It has to be Coke. It can't be Pepsi.
Yeah, because that's nasty.
Okay, well, we don't serve Pepsi, so I mean.
Okay.
Do you want us to get Pepsi?
Okay, someone pass me Colette's credit card.
Okay, yeah. Here.
Excuse me, where is my?
Don't tell Cole this.
I do have to point out though that throughout this whole ordeal, none of you said what size pizza you wanted. I could have gotten like a little personal pizza.
That's a good point. Dang it, next time.
But at least we have mozzarella sticks.
Yeah. I was gonna get wings next if we didn't get to the credit card.
Oh, I won't have 6 string cheeses, but give me mozzarella sticks and deep fry them, and then...
All you gotta do is bread something. You'll eat whatever bread. Dude, have you ever had fried pickles?
Yes,
Deep fried pickles?
I love fried pickles. Oh my god, they're so good.
You can deep fry just about anything, and it's immediately edible. I'm just saying, just about. Just about.
Can I just say how upset I am that your character looks so handsome while talking about breaded pickles?
Yeah, he does.
mad.
What's up?
Andy,
That's right.
what have you done?
She made him look like he owns that low voice of his, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
And Colette does look very, very flustered.
She does. She's
I
like,
love it.
Excuse me.
that is Colette, truly, to her core. Oh my god. But yes, if y'all will go ahead and introduce yourselves, starting from the top with Corvin.
Hi, I'm Bevan. I play Corvin Blur of the new Legend Blurs. And you know, not much to say about me, you know. Corvin likes to keep it real. You know, doesn't like to get into other people's business, hates drama, you know, all that jazz.
Oh.
You gotta keep only telling the truth while Nikki's here.
Yeah, sure. Also, you can catch Bevan over at Roll the Roll.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's all I got for you.
Thank you.
He does Fridays on Roll to Roll. Friday.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Diz. I play Luya, that dashing rogue down there. Well, hello. And you can find me over at twitch.tv/DizCamera. I run the dive and we play games. And this Friday, actually tomorrow, we are going to do a couple of things. We're going to be over at Witty Mitchie's for Phasmo, and then on our channel, we're going to be playing Horizon Zero Dawn some more. And it's a wonderful game. Love to see you guys there. Take it away, Gray.
Who's Woody Mitchie? Sounds like a weirdo.
Yeah, I know, right?
The name sounds creative enough, though.
Yeah.
So there's at least that.
Yeah.
I bet she's funny.
Oh, you know, it'd be great if she had like a dragon aesthetic.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but you know who's cooler? Gray.
Oh. Gray.
Gray.
Who's Gray?
Oh, well, thank you for asking. Hi, I'm Gray Gnarl.
Freaking suave mother effer over here. Gosh dang it.
Segue.
Dang it.
It's way better than the other thought I had for the bit. I was gonna do a medicine commercial, like some hi, do you I can't even do it.
Do you have itchy
Regardless.
things?
No, it was like, do you have boredom on Tuesdays mid-afternoon? If so, Grey Gnarl streams, maybe just listening for you.
Oh my god.
That's excellent.
Thank you. No, I'm Grey Gnarl. I am one of our resident D&D nuts. Probably an addiction, but nah, I don't need help. Don't worry about it. I played Caldus, our fighter, sort of kind of leader, bullet sponge, meat shield, whatever you wish to call it. He is a tiefling, he is a soldier, he is a general, he is a great weapon fighter, and possibly the only good person in the party, but I'm not 100% sure about that anymore. Maybe we'll find out. Anyway, Mitchie, this is your turn. Oh, it's not Mitchie's turn. Or is
Yeah,
it?
we have someone new. If you would like to go ahead and introduce yourself for the first time.
It feels like, sorry. Hi, I'm Notoriously Nikki. You can find me at twitch.tv/Notoriously Nikki. Oops, I might need to turn down your stream. And yeah, I do craft stuff and I'm constant chaos, so beware. Next. Me too.
I'm just gonna say real quick, I was about to give a shout out to Nikki and I got distracted because of Andy.
But no one read what Andy wrote. No one.
No,
I
don't
almost
do it.
spit out my drink when I looked at that. Oh my god.
Don't read it.
I
Don't read it.
appreciate it very much. Thanks, Anne.
Oh gosh.
I didn't realize that was a problem. There's a pill for that or something?
Like
I
I
didn't
was
even
like
know.
I was typing the shout out and I couldn't continue because
Fine.
'Cause I was-
For the freaking VOD's sake, Andy wrote in chat, does your butt pucker when you pee? Watch Graynarl at twitch.tv/Graynarl. It may not help, but like, why not? I'm done.
Comic genius.
I'm
Well,
freaking
That
let's
doesn't make
those
no
critics
sense.
comment.
I'm done. Mitchie, please tell them who you are. Please, please.
Hello, my name is Michi. I think that's who I am. It's fine. I do witty things sometimes very awkwardly. We don't worry about it. Mew is bard, cat girl bard, very delightful bard that says confusing sage-like things at times. It's fine. We don't worry about it. She likes to sparkle body parts. It's fine. It's fine. Psyche, who are you?
I don't know who I am. Hello, everyone. My name is PsycheSiren. I play the ever flustered, ever confused and concerned cleric called Colette. I try so very hard to keep the party alive through various means. The number one being that murder can be a love language, and if you kill enough people, your friends will never get hurt. So, you know. And you've already found me on my stream, so good job.
Bunch of stalkers.
Teeth, take it away.
Alright, so I'm Teeth. Anyway.
Hello, Teeth.
Hello, Teeth.
Hi.
Anyway, enough about me.
You just said your name. What do you mean enough about me? You just said your name.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons, Mark of a God, Phoenix Squadron Campaign, Chapter 4, Episode 8, The Hollow Pine. The feat of bravery is all the more remarkable in the face of cowardice. Our frail human tendencies illuminate our greatest glories. From the Book of Kolok, Act 3, Final Scene. A play by The Wolf of Rose Gold Forest. So, would our resident historian like to give us a recap?
I suppose I can. So, in last week's session, everyone met up at the Duke's Watch Inn and discussed the meeting with the Duke as well as the performance later that night. They decided to go off and find some fine clothing, making their way to a tailor shop called Strong's. High-end clothing store. A fine high-end clothing store, forgive me. Corvin ran off to a thrift store and found a set of clothes at a much more manageable price. Luya ran off to find a blacksmith and learned about the Bloodhound clan and a bit about the Cuckoo Killers. They are a mysterious group who undertakes humanitarian efforts. They are currently looking for somewhere to house the refugees during this coming conflict. Colette, Culdus, Mew, and Corvin went to Tanis's fortress of magical wonderment. Hilarity ensued. Colette tried to buy potions, the shopkeep gave her and everyone else trouble, and then they found out about an enchanter and went there. Less hilarity ensued, but with this group, hilarity follows wherever we go. We finished off the night getting ready for the performance of, if I believe, the Book of Kolok. And that is where we pick up today. Teeth?
Okay. So, basically you're going to the play tonight. It is at the Duke's Watch, the fancy place where you had been before. Is there anything you would like to do before that?
We already have our clothes, right? To look nice for the play.
As far as I know, yes.
Okay.
I believe, yeah, we all had it picked out and everything.
Yeah, we got our extra fancy clothes coming for the Duke, and then we've got our regular fancy clothes for tonight.
Yeah. And we don't have time for anything else, so I think we would just head to the play and like change in a alleyway or a bathroom or something. Maybe the store will let us change there. I don't know. I panicked. Please don't make us go in an alleyway.
Is there
You
a
all
phone
go
booth
to
around?
You all go to an alleyway and
No.
get ogled by strangers
No,
as you
no,
as you
no,
get
no,
stripped
it's not
fully
canon.
naked in the middle of the street.
Not Corvin though, because Corvin bought their clothes with time to spare.
No, it's not canon. We do it in the store.
Oh, it's not
Leave
canon.
me alone.
I was gonna say Mew wouldn't care.
You
Fine.
wouldn't. Gosh dang it.
Coldus also probably wouldn't. He's changed in front of soldiers for his whole life. He doesn't give a fuck at this point.
Oh my god. Colette would
Mew would
crouch
probably just
behind
wink
you.
at someone.
No.
She'd probably just wink at someone. If they're like looking her way, she'll just be like, you know?
I heard Hellgate say, "Oh my god," after you said that.
Yes. Well, he's not aware of what I'm talking about, but the timing just happened
That
to be
was-
perfect.
That was
Timing
amazing.
was great.
If we did change in an
Oh,
alley,
yeah.
huh?
I just said, "Oh my god."
If Colette were to change, she would crouch behind Mew while doing so. Please don't make that.
The overlay looks really good, guys. You did a really good job. I like
It is. It's
everything's
adorable.
cut out better. It all looks really good. I just
All
wanted
right,
to say
all
that.
right.
Huh?
Here's what we're doing.
Oh, what are we doing?
Okay. So among the 5 of you, who is in favor of changing in an alleyway?
No, you're not letting them vote on this?
No, we're doing. I'm doing something a little different. Who's in favor of changing in an alleyway?
No, I would have
I
already
am
changed.
not in favor of changing in an alleyway.
Oh, I just looked at
Think
the
it-
overlay and I am an edgelord now.
Yeah, I told her to make you so edgy.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
It's very edgy.
Corvin's already changed, so they're out of the question.
I assumed I was already changed to when we bought the different.
Well, actually, since I'm already changed, I vote alleyway.
Okay, so there we
What
go.
happens if you're indifferent?
If you're indifferent, you don't get a vote.
That's a vote for alleyway.
Yeah, pretty much. So, I think I know what you're gonna do. So I vote alleyway.
Okay.
What? It's what? What? I feel like we're being railroaded.
No, you're not. You're not.
No,
This is the ultimate choice, and I don't really get a say in it either. But
This is the
since
canon.
but since Psyche said it, it has now been thrown out there.
You've never made any of my other stuff canon. This is not fun at all.
I'm not making it canon. You're making it canon, possibly.
Okay.
I vote
So-
for store change.
You vote for store change, okay? So that's 1 vote for store change.
Can't be
you
the
know
only
what?
one.
Okay.
You know what? It's fine. Let's go change in the alley. I gotta see what's going on.
Okay.
Okay, think about it. We're talking about the guy that, there's not a lot of things that Luya wouldn't do.
I'm not really worried about it.
Mr.
Character-wise,
Come
I don't
on,
care.
Mew.
I'll just
Come
change
on.
in the middle of the street.
Come on.
Okay.
Come
So
on.
that's three
Come on.
again. 3 4 or 2 4. No, 3 4. 3 4.
Technically, Corvin's voting street. Coldus
Okay.
is voting street, and so is Luya.
Come
Okay.
on, Mew. Come on. Come on, Mew. Come on.
We already have a majority.
Mew is indifferent. She doesn't care.
So
Okay.
it's technically 3.5 versus 1.
Okay, so it's 4 versus 1 because 3.5 rounds up to 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm doing is I've got a D10 in my hands.
Oh no. See,
If I roll a 1 or a 10, you change in the store. If I roll anything else,
No. No.
alleyway. Okay?
So a 1 or a 10 is a store.
Yeah, if chat gets a vote. Yeah, but chat doesn't get a vote, unfortunately. No audience participation. So, unfortunately for Psyche. Okay?
Come
So-
on. Come on. Come on.
Here we go.
Come on.
That's a 5.
Oh. Wait. Oh.
So we are changing in an alleyway.
Yep.
For the sake of things, let's say we're running late. We
Yes, you're running late.
Yes.
And Corvin probably is looking at you guys with like, or I should say, with like the most indignant expression on their face.
I'm like eating an apple.
You do look like you're very done with us, like slightly like face palm, like that portrait.
Oh no, I'm
spot
like
on.
leaning on the alley wall, eating an apple in my fancy French Revolution outfit that I thought we were gonna wear forever. It's my new aesthetic. Deal with it.
Mew, will you
French
stand in front of me,
Revolution
please?
robes.
What is that, Colette? Just trying to hide right behind me as she changes herself?
Mew, I swear to goodness, please. In all that is holy in Lucius' name, do not move.
Mew. Mew, in the goodness of her heart, takes her dress and holds it up to cover Colette. But she's gonna continue saying, "Wow, that's a really neat body part you got there."
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, Mew, keep it down, please. Oh, why do I have so much armor? Oh!
Also,
I
isn't
see
you
that
like
traveling is making you very, very fit in comparison to the last time I saw your body part.
Thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. Could you stop swaying and twirling the dress?
I'm sorry, and she stays still.
Also, isn't Mew like 5'2" and Colette like 5'11"?
Exactly. So she's like crouching over.
Okay, so I guess here's the question. So a few like Colette, Mew is not trying to hide at all. Okay,
No.
Mew's not trying to hide at all.
Oh,
Colette is trying, and she's not wearing her armor. Okay, right?
Putting it in the bag of holding.
She's not wearing her armor. Okay. And the rest of you, are you trying at all to conceal yourselves?
I'm gonna walk further down the alleyway and just hope that nobody can see me and just get changed.
So yeah, okay. So you're kinda trying to be
Kinda, yeah. Not going crazy, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Keep
not
mindful.
trying to make a show of it, but I'll like stick close to a wall, go in a little bit, and then
Okay.
try and be
So
modest about it.
stealth. Mew is obviously just does not give a crap, and stealth for Colette. Right? So let's start.
My armor's back.
Roll a stealth check.
Okay.
Got a
Come on,
6.
dice. Let's break that shitty rolling streak, shall we? Come on, 15.
Okay.
I got a 6.
Um,
I am not
my
stealthy.
God, this is Nikki's first episode in the first 10 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, I'm hoping this is how we meet her.
No.
Oh no. No.
Okay. So 15 for Luia, 6 for Caldus. Mew's not rolling, I don't think. And Colette, what's your roll?
Wait, I have to roll too, but I'm hiding.
Yes.
Oh.
That's how a stealth
Oh.
check works.
Now,
my stealth check is a little better because I'm proficient.
now, would she have advantage because Mew is helping her?
Can I get advantage, please?
Yes, you got advantage.
Oh my God.
Okay.
So I want you to know the first time I rolled it was a 4. But now it's a 15. So...
Okay. Now, may the odds be ever in your favor. Okay, so the crowd rolls a 12. Which means the general public, if you roll, or I should say, maybe a few people noticed something, but not that many. If you rolled, or I should say, so what was... Who rolled... Everyone rolled better than that, right?
What number?
Yeah, except for
Caldus. Caldus is just so stinking handsome that nobody can ignore him. So,
I mean, dude is ripped, so yeah.
so
I do have to point out that the community as a whole in chat say they rolled a 19. So while the alley folk don't see us, chat does.
yeah. Okay, so so everybody sees Caldus, and I guess Mewtwo. So their glistening, like shining godlike statures have blinded the populace to the rest of you. So you're Gucci, in other words.
I want to add that I feel like Mew doesn't help Caldus because she'll probably just look over and be like, "Is that a tattoo on your butt?"
It's taking away everybody's advantage.
Just like put everyone's attention right on him.
Quite possibly, yeah.
It just says Agatha in all caps.
Just call this. Is that a tramp stamp?
It's just a heart with an A and like a little teddy bear.
Oh my god.
This head now.
It says mom on it.
Oh no, it would be an Agatha. It would be an Agatha.
Oh my gosh.
Aggie.
When did you get that?
I bet Corbin did it
So
with their magic one night.
So most of your opinions have not been altered by this, but maybe the townsfolk will have a slightly different opinion of two of you. Okay.
Okay.
So there you go. Thus, you prepared for a night at the Duke's Watch. So, I don't remember what time I said it was that the play started. Do we have an official time mentioned at some point in historian notes? Because I don't remember.
I believe it was roughly 7 or 8. Unfortunately, I did not write down the exact timing.
That's kind of what I figured too. So we'll say 8th bell. So Keeper of the Lore, I guess that's me in the future. Future me, that's what it is.
When I watch the VOD, I'll make sure to add it to the notes.
Yes, sure. Okay. Future me. You heard it. You heard it here, folk. I guess the singular of folks is folk. Anyway.
Yeah. Hey, folk.
So you head to the Duke's Watch, and you meet, or I should say, and all of the nobility of the town are here. You even see, I can't remember what was the name of the. Oh yeah, his name was Greg. The enchanter / artificer guy. I was trying to think, what was his name? Oh yeah, his name was Greg. And you see all kinds of people here. You see a few nobles. You don't see the Duke is nowhere to be seen as he is famously reclusive. But you do see a few of his people in the Duke's retinue. You see a few other nobles, such as the Colonel Johann has made an appearance here. I know he's not anyone's favorite person, but he's here. You also see the lieutenant. You never got her name, but Caldus was speaking to her and trying to get when he was trying to get the troops into their stations. Her two sergeants are in tow. You see a few other people. You see Greg along with Tanis, who seem to be, well, Greg is a reluctant compatriot who seems to have been brought along for the ride by the ebullient Tanis, who seems to be reminding every person he comes into contact with that he is the one who hired the players, and that the play was of course his idea.
Gross.
He freaking would. He would. Do we run into him? Does he see us?
Do you make an effort to not be seen?
Yes.
Okay.
Just
Well,
everyone else, or do we say hi to Tanis?
I think in situations like this, Louis is always trying to not be seen in these situations. He doesn't like being in them.
If one of us doesn't hide, our cover is blown.
Okay.
Oh.
Roll stealth.
Well, I can step away from the group and I can rub some elbows and draw attention to myself elsewhere if that would help.
You've
Okay.
already drawn attention to yourself enough, Mr. Buttcheek. You don't
Yeah.
need to do.
Paulus does get a few sideways glances, and so does Mia.
Oh my god.
Mew just winks at anyone that gives her a glance. She's gonna be like, "Hey."
I'm not even gonna roll.
I
Paulus
do
has
roll-
I guess roll a charisma check.
For Mew?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay.
Oh no. I'm back on my run again. I rolled a 3.
No, Mew rolls like. You're trying to? You're stealthing.
Yeah.
Mew
I'm
rolls a
stealthing.
24.
Oh my freaking.
A few men and one lady seem to blush when they see you wink in their general direction.
Hey.
Fonzie.
He's living up to the bard.
Finger guns.
Because yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mew does roll an 18 for her stealth check, but can I say that like most of her effort is just doing what she did at the restaurant, which is staring
Which is
without saying
staring.
anything.
Just
Like what she did to
stare
Luya and
No.
Okay. So are you actually trying to hide?
I just rolled the stealth for fun, but no, she's not trying to hide. She's just staring
Okay.
but pretending not to see situation.
Oh, okay, so like an awkward sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like doesn't get it. Just
Ye-
what? Why? What?
She's just like, why are we hiding? Situation.
Yeah, exactly.
She's too busy. Like she's too busy like winking at people.
Okay.
Like, hey, how's it going? Like one of the people she just like does like a see you later thing.
Oh, I'm
Finger
not
guns.
gonna
Hey,
even
hey.
roll. I'm not even gonna try.
See, if we blend in, no one will think we look apart. But if we draw attention to ourselves by trying to hide, we will become very visible. Also, you're purple and I'm gray. We are very visible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so Caldus is doing his thing elsewhere, so he doesn't have to worry about it. Although I will say he probably will have to roll a separate stealth check if he's trying to avoid being seen by a certain somebody. What do the rest of you roll?
I rolled a 3, so mine would be a 6 because of
Wow.
proficiency.
I was
Wow.
about to say, as a rogue.
Well, what?
I am.
No, you rolled the number 3,
Yeah, I rolled a 3, and then I think don't I get like proficiency in it or something?
but you also, or I should say, so you're proficient in
Stealth.
stealth.
Yeah.
What's your dex modifier?
Oh, it's 2, so it'd be 5 then altogether.
Your dex modifier is +4.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
'cause
plus
your
4.
dex is
I'm-
18.
I'm looking at it now. I'm dumb. yeah.
Yeah, you got a
So-
+4.
Plus
Yeah.
4 plus 3, so that's a 10.
7.
That's shockingly okay. Although
And this is
probably
just to blend in, right?
yes.
Oh, you get the dex modifier, the stealth. Oh, proficiency.
What does
okay.
does Corvin try to blend in?
I mean, yeah, and I crush it, apparently.
Okay, what'd you roll?
Well, you're not in the roll 20.
No, I'm not on 20.
I got a 21 overall. I rolled
Okay.
a 15 plus
Pretty,
6.
pretty decent. Okay. And what does Colette roll?
A
A
7?
natural 1? Oh.
No.
Oh my god. You rolled a 7?
No, with additions.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's finally Caldus. We'll see if maybe his poor, horrible roll can be enough to distract the rest to keep from the rest of you being seen.
Well, mine was fine.
Thanks to my very low dexterity, a 10.
Oh my god, you still managed to do better than Colette.
Hey.
Well, here's the deal. Let me see if our friend notices you. It won't be hard. He's too enamored with himself that you don't get it, that he does not notice you.
Oh,
Ah,
thank God.
yes! This is my greatest contribution to the entire city of Risha.
Oh, this freaking guy.
Bro,
You overhear him say,
it better be the best goddamn play I've ever seen, because...
well, he's heard good things about these players.
Oh, well then. Of course, then it's gonna be the best goddamn play.
Let's go
Yeah.
ahead and sit quickly before he notices us.
Okay. Do you try, or I should say, do you seek out the person who... Well, I guess you probably would have to, right? Because otherwise you can't get into the play.
Yeah, we do
True.
seek out that dude.
That
Yeah,
would be
we gotta go
awkward
find
if we
homie.
just showed up. Yeah, we got a random invitation.
Yeah, we were invited by some lord. I don't know.
Some dude. Yeah.
A noble who you did not get a good look at. You don't know anything about him.
We have a name.
Yes.
Who remembers that? Call
He
Like
is
the
Lord.
Bloodhound.
He is Lord Bloodhound.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is
Of
not what
Bloodhound.
Mew remembers it as.
What? I'm gonna regret this. What does
Yeah.
Mew remember it as?
Lord Butthead.
It's not
Okay.
far off though.
Yeah,
It's okay.
Not,
I mean-
it's not.
It's not. Okay. So, you see his entourage when gathering around, but the man himself is, well, not informally dressed, but dressed very plainly. You would not expect that this man is one of the most powerful people in the city. He's dressed in brown dress pants and a brown dress shirt. They're made of fine fabric, but pretty unremarkable as far as that goes. Not flamboyant like the clothes of Tanis, or wearing any particular house colors. It's just brown, like very practical clothing. Not ugly, but not flashy either.
Brown, huh? And is he a lord? Like a
Yes.
lord or something? He is.
He
okay.
is.
I
Um,
suppose it would make sense.
I want to say something, but I'm afraid.
Are you going to
is
say
this guy?
something?
Yeah, is
Are
this
you
guy
making
a joke?
poop joke?
Like, is there a bit of a joke with this guy?
What do you mean?
Well, because like he's dressed in brown and he's a lord. I didn't know if you were making a tease joke with this character.
No, he's not. He's not a pun character.
Okay, I just
But enlighten me. I want to know.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, what pun are you
Shitlord.
talking about?
Oh, shit, Lord.
No, he's
Yeah,
not.
you know what?
okay, fair.
You know what? I've heard worse.
That's fitting, man.
I thought it may have been a pun. I was
But it's not a pun. No.
I'm just always
he-
prepared.
Yes, he do be chillin' though, and He's just kind of sitting. He's standing off to the side because right now, let me paint the picture for you. The floor is, the Duke's Watch is divided into two main sections. The main floor serves as the main section of the Duke's Watch serves as sort of a foyer for the auditorium, but it's also a bar, a restaurant, an inn. A tavern, kind of an inn. There's some rooms, but it mostly just serves as an eatery sort of place, a bar. And but it leads into a fairly large auditorium where the play will be shown. The foyer also has a stage for performers, but generally speaking, not anything large enough to be considered, not anything very large though. So he is standing off to the side at one of the tables with his retinue, kind of shielding him from direct contact with people because, that's what retainers do. Even if the person is not terribly fond of that idea. You see the runner boy who went to go inquire about you, Colette and Mew.
Oh, look, Mew, over there. Do you see? Next to the Lord, there's that young man who reached out to us.
Oh, right, because the Lord couldn't do it. I remember.
Now, maybe he's not that bad. Who knows?
He's a lord. He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna run on his own. He's gonna send his men.
Technically, yeah. He did it the formal way, to be fair. I was just being grumpy because I hadn't eaten yet.
Where's the alcohol? Is there any
Daddy,
ale
we're
or
not
wine?
even settled in. We haven't even had dinner yet.
Will there be dinner at this show?
All the better time to start drinking. This is when you gotta get your money's worth.
Oh my goodness. Let's first go introduce ourselves and then find seating and perhaps something to eat.
Very well. I believe you should lead the way, because you were the one approached, were you not?
Oh. Right.
Go find your new friend.
He's not my friend. Okay, let's go. And Colette just walks forward as confidently as she can.
Okay.
I'll be behind her, just as both confidence boost, like, hey, I'm right behind you, but also as I am a large imposing figure, and if anyone, I'm trying to look the part to be like, oh yes, I'm her bodyguard.
Yeah.
That and you're blocking view of the rest of us.
That, and you're also you also have something of reputation. So
No.
As you approach, the young man who is the runner boy does recognize you, Colette, and he nods politely. And he looks over at Caldus, and a quizzical look enters into his face. Oh, you two are friends.
Oh, I suppose you could say that. Really, he's here to guard me.
I don't think anybody will come within 10 feet of you, my lady.
Well, one can never be quite sure. I mean, you see your lord over there has quite a few friends as well.
Not quite. Those friends are friends that serve our function, their insulation for him.
Insulation, you say?
Yes, you'll see the Lord himself is quite open with people, but as his loyal retainers, we have to do for him what he will not do for himself.
Ah, so speak to others.
More vet others. If it were up to him, he would have come up directly, but we insisted on the formal route.
I see. Well, have we been vetted yet?
I believe that you are, or I should say, you pose no threat.
Well then, if you don't mind, I would like to speak to your lord before the play begins.
Of course. You step towards him. The man is sipping, or I should say, is standing, standing beneath a balcony, puffing on a pipe, staring into the distance. He doesn't notice you approach, or at least he doesn't seem to.
Excuse me, I hate to be a bother.
Oh, of course, no bother at all, my lady. I don't believe that we've been properly introduced.
Yes, I hear your name is Link and you play in a game called Zelda. I heard your phone go off. I heard your phone, I'm sorry.
Yes, I hear you come from the land of Hyrule.
But yeah, we can rewind. But yes, it is a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, my name is Stefan Bloodhund, the Imperial, or not the Imperial historian, the historian for the Duke. And yes. And I have been searching for people who are outside of the realm of Risha to accompany me this night. Please, if you wouldn't mind calling on the rest of your friends. We have a good seat in the balcony above.
All right, let me go fetch them. And she motions to Caldus for us to go gather the group and head on over to the seats.
Yeah, we'll then wave everyone over and being silent the entire time, just trying to look intimidating, but still doing the job.
I imagine at the words finding out he's a historian, you're trying so hard not to
There is a twinkle in his eye.
Yeah. So yeah, we gather the gaggle and head over.
Okay.
I'm looking for booze.
Shit.
Anywhere I can find it at this point.
There is a bar.
Excuse me.
Limit one drink to a
are
person.
looking for booze.
So Corbin and Luya are both
We're looking for booze.
Limit one drink to a person or 2 beers.
We had a wedding?
We're at a play.
Oh, my bad. Good point.
Oh my god! Caldus and I are trying to act all cool, and y'all are like the drunkles at a wedding, you know? Oh.
I grab one for Caldus too, wink. I say I'm grabbing one for me and my friend over there.
You
Oh, you sneaky!
Damn it, I thought you were being nice and actually getting me a beverage.
As far as Corbin knows, Caldus is too straight-edged for any sort of substance abuse. So,
Whoa.
Hey, were you at the New Year's celebration? I don't remember.
I was, but I mean, that was
yeah,
just an excuse. I'm gonna drink your
Yeah, I know.
soda.
You can drink my beverage. It's fine. But no, Coldus is a drinker. He's not against it. He actually finds it quite fun when he can cut loose.
Okay. So, or should say, what do you order, you two?
I ordered 2 double gin and tonics.
That'll be 5 silver, sir.
So wait, there's a limit, and I gotta pay anyway?
Of course.
God. I fought all this way, like I'm pulling out money. I'm like, I fought all this way to fight a war for you. I'm at a stupid play. All right, thanks, bye. And I hand him 5 silver.
The man is utterly confused by this exchange.
Good. I'm confused
Good.
too. Kind of cheap ass. This is the greatest thing I've ever done for the city. There's a 1 drink maximum. Don't forget to pay for it. What a cheap ass.
I'm gonna order ale,
Okay.
a very big ale.
We call them bales.
That
would be bale of ale.
1 silver piece, sir.
1 silver it is.
You know, while this is going on, Colette's gonna go over and get some wine.
Heck yeah.
Wine mom, wine mom,
Colette
I
is a
suppose-
wine mom.
party time. She's one of the cool clerics.
No, she is not.
Cool, spelled K-E-W-L.
W.
I
Well.
swear to God, I will walk down the hallway.
Clerics.
Cute.
She will walk down there and smack you.
I'm sure she will. Good luck.
Coldus will have a glass of whiskey.
That would be
Gotta catch me first.
that would be 2 silver and 5 copper.
There you are.
And for wine, that is for a glass of wine. Are we talking cheap stuff or good stuff?
Good stuff, excuse me.
Oh my god. That'll be 2 gold pieces.
2 gold.
This is nice stuff.
Oh my God. Fine.
You are buying an entire bottle for yourself.
No,
No,
it's just
it's a
it's a cup.
glass.
Fine wine is 10 gold pieces.
10 gold?
That's the look it up.
Oh my God.
Look it up, man.
Can I haggle?
Are you buying a bottle?
Corbin tried.
I didn't know that was an option, but yeah, now I am.
Oh yeah, you can't do that. Never mind. It's 2 gold for a cup.
Every time I hear 2 gold, Colette just shudders, remembering Luya. It's like the PTSD dog gif. But she puts down the 2 gold, slides it across the counter, and tries to hide her disgust.
Okay. He pours the glass carefully, allowing it to aerate properly. Corks the bottle and hands it to you.
Thank you.
Enjoy the show, ma'am.
I am sure I shall. And she turns and walks away and already starts drinking.
So you introduce yourself. So do you go back to your friend or friend?
Yeah, we
quote,
go.
unquote?
We herd the gaggle towards our new lordly friend.
After
Okay.
collecting beverages.
Yes. And you know what? Actually, I'll get another thing of wine. For the Lord boy person. Steven.
Lord boy.
Stefan, but yes.
Steven, yes.
Stephen, okay.
Stefan is too formal. I'll just call him Stephen.
You can say it that way to him all the time and just annoy him.
But
Just call
I
him
will.
Stevie.
He probably won't know you're talking to him because
Oh, that's
Stefan is
true.
literally a name.
Then-
It's not fancy Stephen.
Are you sure Stefan isn't fancy Stephen? Are you sure?
Well, there's Stefan, but then there's Stefan. Just call him
Yeah.
Stefan.
Stefan.
You get Steven. But yeah, I'll get him a
Stefan,
glass too.
Stefan.
Why do we call him Stefan? Is he shooting threes?
I'll call him Stefan, but to
Okay.
Mew I'll say Steven. She'll understand.
Stefan.
Okay. So, you head over to the guy, and he says, "Well, the show's about to start. The show will start. The show will start briefly, so we should probably make our way to our seats."
And this is Stefan talking.
Yes.
Colette's gonna hand him the wine and say, "Sounds good," and give him the glass.
Okay.
I'm tempted to walk up and call him Steve. Just where am I
he
sitting,
say-
Steve? You know.
Does he say
Lord
thank
Steven.
you?
Yes, he says thank you. He's polite.
Okay, he better have manners, or I ain't dealing with this. I ain't.
Better have
You won't
manners.
find a lot of nobility that don't say thank you to, or should say, it will be impolite. So, you head up to the balcony. Well, you head into the auditorium, and along the back of the wall, there is a flight of staircases that leads up to the upper floor, on which several balconies, private balconies, can be found. There is raised tier seating, leading all the way down to the floor. The stage is set in a recessed kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's in a section of, it's basically carved out of the ground, but not like out of stone. It's
Like an
built-
indent?
No, there's a word for it.
A pit?
Recess?
No.
An innie, not an
no.
outie?
No, like what? Think of like the kind of. Oh, let me just look it up.
A fresco.
No, not fresco. We've already been over that. Floor. I should say.
This is gonna bother me.
What, not knowing the name of it?
Out.
While Teeth looks this up, I have to bring up something that's being addressed in chat. When Andy drew our characters, so there are two campaigns. There's the Phoenix Squadron and there's the Dragon Squadron, which will be on YouTube soon. But there is a drawing for those characters as well. And Jacques, played by Autumn's Last Leaves, was very well drawn. Kind of like Luya, surprisingly hot. So when you hear in chat them talking about Jacques, that is what they are referencing. I don't know why Luya and Jacques are the hottest in both campaigns, but you know, it's fine. I'm not mad.
It's beard magic.
Okay.
Beard magic.
Anyway,
You're
so
welcome.
here we go. The word I was looking for was amphitheater. It's kind of like an amphitheater.
Oh,
okay.
What were you
I don't
saying?
know,
Okay.
What were you saying, Gray?
It's funny that Diz keeps bringing up beard magic, and from the last picture of Coldest to this one, he's slowly growing his beard out.
He is. You're getting.
Yeah.
Coldest is getting hotter because the beard. Oh no.
Our power combined.
Beard magic.
Or should say so, the balconies are, or should say, built into have flying buttresses that support them. They hang out over the the back row of seating so that they provide a good view without being too far removed. No need for opera glasses to see the stage.
Nice, nice.
I guess you could have some if you really wanted them. Anyway, so you head up to your private seating area. The Duke's retainers, or not the Duke's, he ranks as Count. The Count's retainers are more or less bodyguards, and they have weapons. The young man you saw is more like a personal serving boy, so he is not armed, but he is still considered a retainer. And he notices Mew for the first time since, not the first time since he saw her for the first time, and he begins to blush a little bit under his, or I should say, because he saw her in the alleyway.
Mew will still wink. She'll just like do like a slow side eye and realize, and then just like wink, and then like go back to looking at what she was looking at.
You can feel the tension in his jaw as his teeth are shut tighter than somebody with tetanus.
Great way to say that.
Oh my god.
He says not one word to you before the first intermission. So, the Count asks you, so, what have you heard about this play?
Who's he asking?
Well, your group.
Okay, go ahead.
Claps his hands together in a casual motion.
Well, we heard that the players were brought together by an individual named Tanis. Have you heard of him?
He gives you a long measured stare.
Oh,
yes.
I see
I
you
have heard of him.
Uh-huh.
And it is true, he brought them to our city. However, he has not personally met any of them. Only seen their work.
I see.
What can you tell me about the play? Have you heard of it?
Honestly, I haven't heard a single thing of it. When I asked Tanis when we were in his shop, he said that even he didn't know. I'm a bit, confused myself.
Well, the play is famous. It's an old play. It was written by a man whose only name to history is the Wolf of Rose Gold Forest. He wrote it about two people, one named Harry and one named Hilda, who seek to free a kingdom from the clutches of an evil and cruel king. I don't know much about it, and even if I did, I'm not sure I would want to spoil it for you. But I think that you should, you could probably learn something about it, because there is more to the story than what you might see here. So, tell me what you think after it's finished.
Well, I most certainly will. Thank you for providing some context towards it.
Yeah, I don't believe we even knew anything but the title.
Yes,
Okay.
I believe so.
Well, I think the curtains are about to rise, and I see someone will be doing introductions. He looks down with a flat gaze, and he sees a familiar man in dark clothes with heavy sleeves and a hood drawn over his countenance. With a loud yet somehow raspy voice, he introduces himself.
Ah, yes. Welcome to the Duke's Watch. I do not own this establishment, but yes, I, Tanis, can be seen as the person you should be thanking for tonight's festivities. Yes, you've all heard of these players. The players are called the Players. That's it. They have a very strong reputation, and they feel no need to add on frivolity to their name. Something that even I, the owner of Tanis's magnificent fortress of magical doodads and whatnot, can appreciate. So now, I welcome you. I entreat you. Indeed, I beg of you, give your undivided attention to the players as they perform the ancient classic work of art by a man known only as the Wolf of Rose Gold Forest. I entreat you, I implore you, give them your undivided attention as they perform the Book of Cola.
And he shifts into the shadows unceremoniously, and people aren't really sure if they should clap.
Yeah, I'm gonna clap.
I'm gonna
One of those golf
clap
clappies.
too.
Corbin does awkwardly and slowly, and he leans over to Luya and goes, "That is a chode. Is that a word in this universe? If not, it is now. This guy."
That guy reminds me of a squat, plump penis.
Eventually.
Why did you have to say plump?
That's what a chode is. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Your problem was in the word plump,
Yeah,
not the
chode.
other word,
Okay, listen.
Chode.
but plump.
Yeah, you don't say plump chode because it's already plump. You just say chode.
Please,
It was plump.
That's like saying ATM machine. You don't say the machine.
Yeah.
Someone clip that.
No, no one clip that, please. No one.
The chode conversation.
Earlier, when we were talking to him and he was talking, I was gonna do the cough douche thing, like douche, you know. But that was so much better.
Anyway, so the play, please.
So yes, the curtain raises, and you see, or should say, into the light stride two mercenaries. One, a bold young man with an imposing stare, and one, a bright young woman who greets all of the townsfolk as she walks by. "Why, Hilda," the man says, "to think that these folk have been so under the weight of oppression that they have begun to appreciate it." Hilda says, "I don't know about that, Harry. They seem to just really be a welcoming bunch." "Well," Harry says, "if that's the case, they must be hiding something, for we were not brought here by our benefactor, Mr. Vernon, to greet a bunch of happy-go-lucky villagers." And the audience gives a slight chuckle. "And we were sent here to free them from the clutches of an evil, manipulative tyrant." And just then, on a high raised platform, a man on a throne outstretches his hands and says to the audience, "Ah, my loyal subjects, it is with great pleasure that I, the King of Skoil, your God King, do welcome you to my abode. Indeed, I would only offer you peace, and if you cannot provide, if you cannot suffer peace to enter your home, then you shall invoke the wrath of the King of Skoil." And
Corvin leads over and goes, "Say the king of squirrels?"
I don't believe so. That can't be right. Squirrels?
That doesn't make sense. We must have misheard him.
Yeah.
Harry says, "Ah, yes, the king has issued his decree, and the fool has welcomed us into his house. Now, you and I, Hilda, must see the horrors that await us in his so-called humble abode," he says with a sneer. So they go to a party and they see the king. The king gives gifts to many young children and gives blessing to new couples and blesses the wombs of soon-to-be mothers. But, well, whatever. And he is, and the people heap their praises upon him. And then he brings out somebody, a man who threatened to overthrow the king. And he says to the man, "You, son, have committed a grave error. You sought to bring down the house of Skoil upon these lands, to strew about the bricks that have built this country into the great land which you now inhabit. What say you in your defense?" The man says nothing in his defense. He only weeps and says, "I cannot but hope to atone for my sins." The king says, "And atone you shall." And he draws a sword and cuts off the man's hand. "The man shall never again raise a sword against the kingdom of Skoil." And the man weeps with joy, for he only wishes to serve his country and his kingdom.
That's insanity.
The crowd is pretty impressed by the effect. It looks pretty real.
Was there gasping?
Yeah, there's some gasping.
I like to imagine that despite murdering so many people, Colette gets squeamish at the effects. Despite, real life monstrosities.
Yes, the king, or I should say, Harry says to Hilda as he turns toward the audience, "Ah, one look at the bastard and I know that he's guilty of all the things he's been accused of. Now, we must confront him." They go to confront the king, and Hilda says, "Your Majesty, I implore you, repent of your evil, wicked ways, and your kingdom may yet be spared by the gods." And Harry says, "Or choose not to repent, choose violence, and violence will be visited upon your household." The king says, "What insolence is this? You come bearing weapons into the house of Skoil? Begone!" And they are cast from the stage. The king says,
What rabble is this that would seek the demise of this household? The household which has stood for 1,000 generations of people under one king. And all the townsfolk boo and hiss at the departure of the two, Harry and Hilda. As the scene changes, Harry and Hilda stand in the outskirts of town, or I should say, and the curtain literally drops behind them, indicating some sort of magical barrier has been placed between them and the kingdom of Scoil. Hilda says, "Look what you've done, Harry. Now we'll never be able to get what we desire, the freedom of these people." Harry says, "I only wish to see that tyrant burn in the 7 hells. Or freeze in them," said Hilda. "Well, what can we do now?" Harry says, I know what you were thinking. You were thinking that this was something of a setback for us. Not at all. I only wished for the king to see us and think nothing of us as we entered into his household the second time. A second time with a true plan in action. Now we go to the house of Kolak, and then we shall receive the gift which we desire. The house of Kolak, says Hilda. Yes. Keeper of the wisdom of the gods. He will be able to put us on the path to vengeance, the path to justice. Well, lead the way, Harry. And that's the end of the first act.
Clapping.
Clapping as well.
Doing some clapping.
Polite
Clapping. Yes,
Yes.
polite clapping. I'm interested to see what happens, so.
I didn't think the effects would be so realistic.
You know, I've cut off a man's hand before, but they nail it very well.
I would say it's
I don't
even worse than the real thing.
Can I do a medicine check to
agree.
see if I
It
actually
seems a
chop
little
the hand off?
overdone.
Go ahead, roll a medicine check.
A 9. So never mind.
No idea. No idea.
What was the medicine check for? Just out of curiosity.
I wanted to see if the hand got chopped off for real.
Oh, would that be the one that? Oh, I didn't know. Oh, okay.
Because medicine is just like your knowledge of how physiology works too.
Oh, that makes sense. I didn't realize that. Okay.
Either way, you're not sure. You couldn't really get a good look at it, or you were distracted by something.
All right, we're ready. Bring on the next part. I am invested.
We get
Totally, this is good,
We get a refresh
actually,
of drinks at intermission.
Oh, of course, of course.
Stefan stares at the stage, perplexed.
Is everything all right, Stefan?
Yes, it's just story. It's going differently than I had heard it would, but I'm interested to see where it's going. All the same.
How does it usually go?
Well, I haven't seen it, like I said, but we can discuss afterwards. The curtain's about to be drawn.
Oh, all right.
The curtain draws, and Harry and Hilda enter into a beautiful forest glade setting, and a hut
which is a strange place to find a keeper of the wisdom of the gods, as Hilda does mention. Well, Hilda, says Harry, where else would you keep a wise man? Would you keep him where you'd expect him? Or would you put him by the side of the road so that only the truly wise or desperate would seek his wisdom? I'm not sure. I think that wisdom should be prominently displayed. Never mind that. He lives in the swamp. Come. Kolak awaits. They enter into the house of Kolak. Kolak being a grizzled old man who is picking things from out from under his fingers. As he notices the two enter for the first time. Why, if it isn't Harry and Hilda? You know our names? Yes, I do. I read the script.
No!
That's an interesting view of life, looking at everything as if there was a script to follow.
Can I roll to see if it's Tanis?
Sure. What are you rolling?
I don't know. Observation. I just
Perception.
Perception. It sounds like. I got an 18.
You're going off the voice.
You got an 18. As far as you can tell, it's not.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if he inserted himself into the play or not. So.
No.
Okay. I feel better.
Well, you two, what brings you to my house? Harry says, why, we seek the wisdom of the man who contains the wisest sayings and knowledges of the gods, of course. And what makes you two so certain that you're worthy of such knowledge? We want to free the poor individuals who live in the kingdom of Scoil from the tyrannical rule of their king. Why, of course you do. I don't know that I can be of much help. And why should I help you? I've got this nice house way beyond the reaches of Scoil, and their god king hasn't bothered me in a lamb's year. A lamb's year? It's a figure of speech.
You son of a...
It's a very long period of time, for, you see, a lamb is a year to a lamb is quite a long period of time. But I don't expect mortals to understand that. Anyway, what do you expect me to do about it? I don't want to get involved. Well, we expected you to want to bring down the tyrannical reign of this king. Of course. Well, I don't have a lot of things around here that could help, but perhaps this book could. A good book never hurt anybody. He hands the book to Hilda. What's in the book? Open it and see. But be careful. Opening the book could very well be a death sentence if you do not open it with a clean mind and a clear heart. Or scratch that, reverse it. Open the book. I don't sense any malfeasance within you. She opens the book and sees that the pages are blank. Is this some sort of joke, Kolak? Oh, quite far from it. Open the book in the presence of your worst enemy. A man who has murder in his eyes. Perhaps it will save your life. Why, thank you. Well, go right along then. Hopefully you don't need to use it. I have some toe picking to do. And he goes back to picking at his toes.
No.
Gross.
What a strange old man. Strangest expressions I've ever heard. Ah, but there is wisdom in them. A year is quite a long time to a lamb.
I would suppose so. But I find it quite interesting. Why would he give a book so powerful to someone he has just met?
Coldest, we'll find out. We gotta watch more. Also, do they have to mess with the toes? That is absolutely vile.
It's a good bit of character building.
I don't think there's any character within those toes, but to each their own.
Harry says to Hilda, well, you know what will happen should we imprison the king, or I should say, well, you know what will happen. We plan to kill the king and use this book to seal up the soul of his greatest foe, of his greatest ally. Yes, and the queen, we will free her from the depths of the well at the center of the kingdom. She will do battle with the king, and then the people will be free. That's the plan, anyway. Come now. They head back to Scoil, and the town is now up in arms against the people who were inspired by the words of Harry and Hilda. Harry and Hilda fight through a number of metaphorical red shirts and get to the kingdom's get to the entrance to the castle. The castle is guarded by a man with a helmet on, helmet in the shape of a wolf. He draws his great sword from its scabbard and wields it with one hand. Halt! Go no farther, lest you incur the wrath of the Wolf of Rose Gold Forest. Harry says, lest you invoke the wrath of the rest of the Godhead, you will suffer us to enter through these gates. Fine then, let us do battle. And the two of them fight and plead and draw each other's blood. The king, or I should say the wolf is about to plunge his sword into the heart of Harry. Just then Hilda opens up the pages of the book, and the man is drawn into them. The entire man gone into nothing but a faint mist. Now that's an impressive effect, whispers Stefan. I don't even know how they might have done such a thing.
Clapping. Respectful clapping.
Yes,
Louis
mark
is,
for clapping.
Louis
Eric.
is super impatient. He's not good at these things, but he's enjoying the play.
Hilda says to Harry, quite cunning of you. You drew the violence out of the man, and in doing so, invoked the wrath of the pages of this book. Very clever indeed. Either way, we must press forward. See now, the castle is unguarded. They head to the castle, and they draw close to the well at the center of the kingdom, in front of the household. Harry draws his sword from its scabbard and says, and whispers an incantation. It glows, and he casts it into the well. The well begins to glow with a faint, eerie light until it becomes an enormous, almost blinding light. From it emerges a glorious and terrible and beautiful woman. I
am the sister of the great king of Skoil, the one who was imprisoned for the safety of the kingdom, who was imprisoned at the behest of its horrid god king. The man says to the queen, Harry says to the queen, yes, you would be our queen, and the god king still reigns. Come with us. Hilda is apprehensive. She senses violence in the tone of Harry, but cleaves to him and says, yes, this is for the best. The queen confronts the king, and the king says, you two, you fools! You have ruined this kingdom. The queen, the false traitor god who would usurp my throne? How dare you! Now, let us do battle! He turns into a massive boar creature, and the queen turns into a viper. They fight and fight and fight for what seems like ages, but the queen eventually emerges victorious. As she does, a herd of humans bursts through the castle and begins to burn the castle to the ground. The queen then takes her previous form yet again, and sits upon the throne as it burns. Hilda says, what evil have we unleashed upon these people? Harry says, not evil. Justice.
Impressive.
My queen, he says. My companion and I pledge our swords to you. Will you guide us into the new era? The queen looks down and says, I would pledge my loyalty to you. Night and night, come as the honor guard, as the personal guard of the Queen of Skoil. We will destroy this world and build another in its place. Harry says, as he says, thinking on it for a long moment. Yes, it's time that the people of this world remember their place in it. They are not but dirt and ash. Hilda, with a forlorn expression in her eyes, seems to give in and walks with Harry off stage. The crowd seems a bit confused. Not exactly a happy ending, and the curtain raises. Everybody seems like a trick has been played on them.
Now, I may be wrong, Stefan, but it seems like this is not the normal variation of this story.
Far from it. This is the end of the second act in the main story, from what I understand.
Oh? So I suppose they removed things?
Artistic license, I would say. Nothing wrong with that, but certainly an odd choice to end on such a dour note.
I see. What is the usual story?
Well, I don't want to spoil it because it is a story that has some weight to it if you see it for the first time. But I think it's worth noting that Harry seems to be less in the mood for
simply burning down the city and more in the mood for power the closer he gets to it. Hilda, on the other hand, is appalled by the direction Harry takes and seems to be resisting him at every turn. She does not go gladly with him into the good night.
I see. What an odd choice.
Odd indeed.
I suppose that's it.
That's it, indeed.
What did the crowd do?
The crowd, they don't boo, they just talk. There's lots of muttering in the audience, and they don't know if the play was serious or not. It seems like almost like it was a joke, especially at the end. But they say to themselves, or I should say, the effects were good, so subverting expectations is okay.
Well, I suppose.
But basically, if somebody were to write a review, he would say the subversion of expectations is in and of itself satisfactory, and the effects were pretty good, so it gets an
A. Colette'll just, dust off her dress a bit and say, well, as delightful as that was, we really must find a place to get some food and rest.
Well, I don't think you should head out just yet. I didn't invite you here just for you to see the play. I wanted to hear what your thoughts on it were.
Well, I would say it's quite morose. Well, the version I saw. One where someone just gives in and doesn't put up a fight to the evils of the world and just embraces it. It's a bit dark.
I agree. But what if I told you that the story was based upon something?
Oh?
Yes. Maybe not entirely true, but there is truth to this story. Maybe not the story they told, the real one.
And what would that be?
Yes, what is it?
He starts. Luya eyeballs him suspiciously.
And he hands Colette a sealed document. Open this in the presence of no one else. Your friends accepted, of course. Make sure that the people you show this to are people you can trust.
I shall. In the future.
So.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna see if I could roll to see if I could detect foreshadowing.
Detect foreshadowing?
Yeah, like do I understand? Do I feel like this is what he's handing us is foreshadowing of things to come, like the events to come?
What do you
Battle
mean?
War.
About the war?
Yeah.
I guess roll an insight check.
Okay, insight. I always forget what insight is.
It's wisdom.
Wisdom. Crap. Okay. Here we go. Come on. 20. Yes.
Oh!
Yes, I got a 20. I got a nat 20. Yeah, whoop.
About time.
You can't, or to say, it doesn't exactly tell you exactly what the man is trying to say, but there is absolutely a sense of weight to what he lent you. The parchment he gave you is something that should not be taken lightly.
If we were to contact you again in the future, what would be our best means to do so?
Open that parchment and find out.
I see.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I should pay my respects to the crew and the cast. They did a very good job.
They did.
The music was quite impressive, I must say. Considering it was all just one single lutist off to the side. Couldn't get a good look at the man.
Please pass on our respects.
Was it that guy? Can I roll to see if it was that guy we met?
What are you rolling?
Perception?
Possibly investigation.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
If you're
go
actively
ahead and roll.
looking for an item, it's investigation. But if you're trying to do like a sense motive, that would be perception.
I would say roll investigation because there's maybe something there.
Okay. That is an 18.
There was something vaguely familiar about the way that the instrumentalist played his lute.
Oh my gosh, it's that guy!
What guy are we talking about? What guy?
When we had the New Year's celebration and the Raven escaped, there was that musician.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, the musician who, for whatever reason, like knew me, but I didn't know him, and it was kind of
Yeah. So we got a stalker.
creepy. Possibly. I mean, we've already had one turning to Corvin.
Yeah, our last stalker just
Technically,
joined us, so I mean,
Yeah, and he was super cool and handsome.
yeah.
So,
You're not wrong.
do you seek him out, or do you just ignore him and just walk on by?
I don't think he'll skip town after this night.
Yeah,
Well,
most
if he's traveling
likely-
with the play,
Yeah.
the players, he might leave.
Well, it would be weird for them to just do one show, though.
That's fair.
'Cause
Unless
it's-
it was meant for us. See, that's the thing. So Louis is talking to Caldus, because I think this would be good to bring it up now. That play felt very specific to us, to our situation. I don't know if anybody caught the wind blowing at us from the stage.
I felt something off about it as well. What are you addressing? What do you think?
The foreboding nature of it all. It seemed like it didn't have the ending it should have. It seemed like that play was put on by the people who maybe want us to lose.
So a bit of counter propaganda.
I'm speculating, yes.
Well, I believe the answers we seek are in this envelope. The sooner we get a room, the sooner we can find answers.
Yes,
You're
let's.
just gonna kind of appear like between everyone and be like, I wonder if it's a history lesson.
Oh, God. History.
Well, theoretically, based on, I'm assuming Stefan is away or out of earshot.
Yeah,
Probably.
didn't he head
Has he
down?
left us?
I guess, yeah.
So, continuing the thought, based on what Stefan said, if this, or at least the beginning of this story, was once factual, could this have been the creation of Myland? Could the
No.
queen have been descended from evil all along?
Surely not. Why would we be sent to help her? I really think we
perhaps-
shouldn't talk about this out in the open.
You're right, we should probably find a room.
Luya puts down his mug. Starts heading toward the door. Let's find rooms.
Wait
With
for
haste.
us! Oh my goodness. Colette hikes her skirt up a little, her dress.
You doing that walking thing? That thing?
Oh my god.
Well, so the rooms here are full, and the rooms at most of the other places are full. So a few people, knowing that there would be need for a few would-be innkeepers and housekeepers, knowing that there's a need for some traveling some traveling nobility or nobility who's found themselves on hard times without a house, might need some place to stay. A few of them are standing on the street corners advertising the available rooms at other small inns and even houses.
So, what do you think we should look into? A bit of a bed and breakfast type
Yes,
situation.
That would be delightful. I would love food and to rest.
Bread and breakfast. Sorry.
Bread and breakfast.
Yep. I mean,
That just old meme hit my head. I'm sorry.
bread.
Well, you see a lot of people advertising their services, but oddly enough, the one that would normally blend in the most stands out the most because they are seemingly out of place. A small halfling woman with a fiery personality advertising a room in Hefelton on the other side of the ravine.
What about that one over there? The loud one.
Which one? Oh, the halfling.
Oh,
She
seems
doesn't-
quite spirited.
Looks decent. Not like she'll stab us in our sleep.
Luya, not everyone is out to stab us. Let's go
Are
talk to
they?
her. Luya!
Once again, I gesture to Corvin. We've trusted others who look like they would stab us in our sleep.
That's fair.
I'm sorry, I'm ragging on Corvin a
And
bit.
I haven't yet, so you know.
Thank you.
Yes! We go talk to
None
her.
of this. I mean, that's fair. None of the skeletons have killed us or anything yet.
Come one, come all! A night at the Hollow Pine is worth 10 nights elsewhere!
Oh, there
how
it
may I
is.
help you? She says,
He
looking
said
up.
the thing. Sorry.
Disgusting. The hollowed pine, you say?
Hollow Pine.
Hollow
Yeah.
pine.
Are you interested?
Yes,
Well, that's the first person I've heard say that since I started doing this. Well, do you need me to do my, do you need me to sell it for you, or are you willing to just take a look, go out on a limb for a total stranger?
I would like to be sold on it, perchance.
Yes, let us hear your pitch.
Well, you see, we are literally like family because we are a family, you see. All of our staff, my husband, me, my eldest daughter, we take care of the residents. We have a small, or I should say, we have a fairly large space out back for people other than us to live. We don't disturb. We don't ask questions. We just let you have a good night rest while you recuperate from your long journey. Of course, we provide breakfast, halfling staples here in Hefelton, of course, and my daughter provides entertainment.
Sounds fine.
Sounds delightful.
Are you okay with this place, Corbin? Called us?
It
I
sounds
mean, I'll sleep outside in the dirt if I need to.
Mew's okay with it. Thanks for asking.
I asked you, Mew, after Luya, of course.
You
Mew's
seem
staring
fine
at
everywhere
Luya.
we go, Mew.
You know that's fair.
You could have fun at a real estate convention.
Oh God.
Those can get wild, let me tell you. Especially if you find a Linda. Oh, buddy. They bring the best alcohol because they know what hits the spot, you know? Sometimes
Those
you gotta,
Lindas.
you gotta.
Linda or Melinda?
Well, it's Linda for short, but if you want to be technical, yeah, it's Melinda.
Yes, we would. I think we're good. Yes, please lead the way. We're very hungry and tired.
Well, if you don't mind walking, we don't have a good way to transport you across the way, but I think that I'm pretty good company.
Yes, lead the way.
I think a walk would be good. I'd like to air out that play for a minute.
So she leads you down the roads, and she points out things that are worth mentioning about the town. Oh, you see here? That over there is Heirloom. That's where people, not nobles, mind, but people of relatively noble birth, comparatively speaking, live. Over past that wall, you can see a shadow well, hard to see, but it's pretty well lit out here. Cathedral of Thunder. And we're crossing Lightning Bridge right now. Don't look down, but this chasm's Draconus deep. And you can see all these lights in the sides of the mountains. There's people there.
Colette works very hard to not look down. She just keeps her chin up, walking.
Yeah, our ancestors, or the ancestors of the people who built this city, or who live, or native to this city, that is, they carved their houses into the stone of these cliffs and these mountains. Pretty remarkable, if I do say so myself. And she leads you around. We're entering into Old Risha here. This is where the first bit of the city was founded. And that hill over there is Half Lance Square. A lot of merchants set up their stuff there. No need for permanent fixtures. She leads you through the gates leading out of Old Risha. And here we have, to your right, Heffelton, my home. Walk this way, please. Heffelton is a town populated as a small sub-town within the greater city of Risha that is it's a town where mostly halflings live. Halflings have a pretty rich history here, and they have been a part of the town for almost its entirety, the entirety of its existence. Actually, according to many historians, the entirety of its existence.
Half town.
Now, I'm not from around here, neither is my daughter, but my husband is native here. He's grown to love this place, and he and his family have served nobly for many, many years. Say, what do you think of the play? Did you see it?
Yes, it was quite bizarre. I was told it ended differently than how it usually goes.
That's odd. I saw that play once when I was a traveling merchant many years ago.
How did
Rather
that
liked
play
it.
come to an end for you?
I don't want to spoil it.
You can spoil it.
Yes, we just saw the play. I'd love to hear about another rendition.
Well, if you insist, I think it's much better to see it for yourself and maybe they'll put on the real version for you at some point, but if you insist, basically, without spoiling too much, Hilda and Harry go their separate ways, and things take a pretty significant turn for the worse for the two of them from that point forward.
What? The version we saw had them go off together.
That's quite an opposition to the spirit of the original. But I guess artistic license is a thing, you know?
And in this, they join the Queen. Quite bizarre, really.
Kind of happens in the first, but only Harry does.
It's a lot of license.
Yes.
Creative
it's-
license and all that, yes.
Well, there is such a thing as too creative. It's a whole different story.
Yes, they might as well not even call it the same show.
No.
Perhaps not, but maybe they based it. I heard that it was based on a true account of what happened. She says as she makes a right turn. Maybe they found some new evidence to tell them that things went a bit differently.
Do you know what the play was initially written about?
Not a clue.
That might be worth doing some digging if there's a library or anything about town. Maybe we can find out what event inspired the play. That might give us a clue as to what is going on with those changes to the story.
She makes a right turn and says, puts her hands on her hips and says, well, maybe. But in any case, you've arrived at the Hollow Pine. It's a tall pine house, aptly named. Wish it was more off the main road, but we make do with what you got.
It'll suffice. It'll be fine, thank you.
Thank you very much. And then we go in.
Yeah, I was gonna say we head inside.
Okay.
Heck
What
yeah, we do.
you see is a very cozy home with very, very low ceilings. Although the house is tall, you suspect this is more because of upward building, not because of the ceilings themselves. Probably 2, maybe even 3 floors here.
Built for, they kind of built for the halflings, kind of like for their size, kind of thing.
Yes.
Nice.
So we all stoop. Coldus and Colette's horns get stuck on the ceiling every once in a while.
It's not quite that low. It's more like, I mean, it's about 7 feet.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's a bit cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not Yoda's grotto.
Maybe 6.5.
Yeah, so we duck around support beams and light fixtures, but other than that, we're fine.
Yeah, basically. And she says, Yosua, I got guests! A man in a mechanical apparatus around his waist lumbers into the room awkwardly and says, pleasure to meet you. I'm going back to my work.
Nice to meet you as well.
Oh, you'll forgive him. He's not good with strangers. I haven't properly introduced myself. My name's Cora Monvaggio. I'm the proprietor of this lovely establishment. A tiny hobbit child comes running out and she says, Mommy, do you have guests?
I like the last name, by the way, Monvaggio. Hey, that's what it sounded like to me.
Yes.
Like a relative.
Yeah. Yes, young one. We have guests for the first time in... Oh, my goodness. Must be a whole prole since the last time we saw a guest here. I'm Piper, but they call me Pepper.
Oh, hello, little one. It's nice to meet you.
I want to be a strong warrior like you, she points at Caldus. That sword's bigger than me.
Mew staring. And that's all I can say.
She hyperfixates on the little kid.
She
He's
does.
like little.
Like you know how like a cat fixates on like your Christmas tree decorations? That's me right now.
How old
Pondering
is,
my halfling.
How old is this halfling kid?
5 or 6.
Oh!
He's like 1.5 feet tall, lady.
Aww.
She.
I'm sorry.
Little girl.
At the compliment, he just kind of chuckles and looks down to the child. Well, if you work hard and build up strength, I'm sure you can become a fine warrior.
I don't know if I could ever hold a sword like that, though.
Well, that's good news, young lady, because you don't need to. You just need, and I pull out a book, The Power of Reading.
She gives a long, measured stare at the book, and she says, "You're weird."
Oh, you know the coolest thing I've ever seen? And do they have a backyard without 20-some circle that I can throw fireball at?
Let me
Not quite that
demonstrate
open
reading
space.
for you.
This is a city.
I do cool stuff with prestidigitation.
Ooh. Maybe
Yes.
you can teach me how to do that.
Yes, and all of this power can be attained in your local library.
No!
Mommy, can we go to the library? Sure. Where's that other daughter of mine? Rose, where are you?
Corbin, did you just steal the child who is idolizing my fighter prowess?
Yeah, I think he did.
This will be better in the long run.
Have you ever seen a halfling with a great sword? It's amazing.
Yeah, have you ever seen a halfling full of the power of the astral plane, shooting giant explosions and commanding the dark powers out of it?
I have not, and I haven't seen you do that either.
Yes,
I can't believe you told that child to go to a library.
I mean,
Yes,
I
I'm
do
with
agree. Go to
Corbin
the
on this
library.
one with, just saying, with knowledge
Or
comes
you
power,
effing told
everyone
that kid to
knows.
read? Oh my god, how irresponsible of you.
I know, I'm like the worst influence.
Hi, Mother. I see we have guests.
Yes, come introduce yourself.
Hello, friends. I'm Rosaline. I go by Rose.
Oh, pleasure
Hello,
to
Rose.
meet you.
Oh,
It's nice to meet you, Gasoline.
No, it's Rosaline, Mew! I'm sorry, we haven't cleaned her ears out.
That's okay. People
She
say I'm
has
pretty.
mites.
I'm pretty lit up.
Oh,
Ha! I like this
no.
one. Can we keep her?
No. Oh
No.
my god.
there's no keeping.
That's not how this works, Mew.
It's
You don't
not.
just keep people.
But I keep you guys.
Are we nothing
Um,
more than pets to you?
Oh,
I mean, if anything, I
don't-
keep
that's-
you, Cole.
could you, Rosaline, could you show us to our rooms, please?
Absolutely. Just follow me.
But forgive my friend, she's hard of hearing.
No, I hear just fine.
Mew, I swear I'm trying to help you.
So, Rosapine, this is Lufa Booty Shakes. This over here is. And she stares at Corbin. Corbin.
I was like frowning at you the whole time. And
Yeah. And then she looks at Caldus. This is Call Dude.
He was looking at her. He was looking at her with like waiting with anticipation, just like, yes, what are you going to say?
This is Call Dude. And she like leans over. He thinks he's hot stuff just because he's got a weird tattoo on his butt. And then she looks at Colette. She goes, and this is... And she hesitates and just stares at Colette with a smile.
Don't.
Cassette.
Damn it, Mew! It's Colette and you know it!
She just giggles. It's nice to meet you all.
Yes,
You
it's very
know our
nice to meet
names.
you. It's very nice to meet you, Rosapine.
Why is she like this?
You have such a way of making friends. The rest of us are just face palming. But yes, rooms.
Yes, just follow me, please. And we just head off to the rooms. And
So there is a small guest house out back that has enough room for all of you. Agatha communicates with Aldous and asks him, "Where are you?"
Yes, we are, I'm so sorry, my apologies. We are at inserts address of location here.
It's the Hollow Pine. It's the
We're at-
title of the episode.
I was speaking more what location in the city. We are in the middle district, correct?
Heffelton.
We're at the Hollowed Pine in Heffelton.
does he say this out loud, or is it like in his head or something?
In his head.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Friggin'
And she says, "Very good. I'll join you soon.
Yes.
I've been with the soldiers, and they'll provide a report. Or I'll provide a report on behalf of the sergeant."
Nice.
Thank you very much. And just a small smile. Just like, good. Everything's going smoothly.
Colette notices the smile, raises her eyebrows and goes, "Are you talking to your girlfriend again?"
Perhaps. She is on her way. She should be here shortly.
Oh, good.
And she has some news from the soldiers, so I hope everything's going smoothly.
One should hope.
I was beginning to worry about our comrades.
Yes.
Speaking of
We left them a while
comrades-
ago.
Speaking of comrades, has anyone seen Kophine? Do we know what she's up to?
Haven't seen her since we got here. She disappeared.
I haven't seen her either.
Not a worry. I thought she would meet us at the play.
I thought so
I-
as well.
I figured
I
you would
lost her in the library when I fell asleep.
You lost her in the library.
That must be why Cora doesn't like her kids going to the library. They get lost.
Oh my goodness. Let's just open this letter.
world.
We go into the room to look through the document.
Reading's bad, okay?
The rooms are much more spacious than the House of the Hobbits. Halflings, sorry, don't add us. Tolkien. And
Our Tolkien
Tolkien stands.
very disappointed in you.
yeah,
Is sorry, I was gonna ask if Rose is still with us.
is she?
I was assuming so because we didn't like part ways. We were.
Yeah,
just
that's true. She was
Going
showing me the
rooms.
rooms.
Well, here's your rooms. If you need anything, you can just ring for us. There's beds and stuff, and just make yourself comfortable. And
Gasoline?
yes, Chew.
Mew does not even try to correct her. She does not even try to correct her. She just continues like this was nothing.
I think the rest of us just like eyes go wide and we like cover our mouths like, oh.
So they're your family, right?
Yes, they are.
But you're
You're not a halfling.
The voice in your head says, Elfie.
Hey,
you're an elfie.
my older sister. My
The
older
voice in my head
sister's
said so.
black. It can be a hobbit, not a hobbit. It's just fine.
Yeah,
No,
it's fine.
We don't have to be
Guys
rude about
racist?
it and just point
No,
out the
I'm just
obvious.
I'm just curious. The voice in my head said that she's an elf.
Oh.
It's okay. It's half elf, but yes,
Oh.
I'm adopted.
Oh.
Yes, my
Interesting.
mother brought me here, so yeah.
Oh. Well, I like you anyways, so it's fine.
I like you too, Chew.
Good to know, Gasoline.
Oh, Lucius is so.
Two of them.
Go.
There's two of them.
I cannot call this.
I don't know. I don't know if I respect it or if I'm annoyed by it yet.
Just
Again,
ignore it and move
Just
on.
let us know, and then she's gonna wave and walk back to the main house.
Thank you, Rosaline.
Thank you.
You're very, very welcome, Cassette.
Mew
Oh,
cannot
she's a
stop
fan.
laughing.
She's a fan of Les Mis.
No!
Good.
Mew cannot stop laughing in the corner of the room she's in.
The
Great. Now there's two of them.
Colette,
No, this is getting out of hand.
there's two of them.
Now there are two of them.
Now there are two of them.
Colette, just slumps down on the bed, all huffy and opens what the guy handed her, what Stefan handed over.
Oh, the letter.
I make sure the door is closed and windows are drawn.
Yeah.
In contrast to the very plain attire of the Count Stefan Blutund, the parchment is immaculate, absolutely flawless in its texture and its tone. It smells like parchment. It smells like vellum, even. Maybe it was, or I should say, it feels alive in a certain way. Very much an official document. As you unfurl it, you see a beautiful pen has graced the face of this document, and much effort was applied to make sure that it didn't ruin it. Clearly, the hand of a man who is skilled in the art of calligraphy, something Caldas can no doubt appreciate.
That's true. The penmanship here is immense. It's fantastic, really.
The document reads, "To the illustrious visitors of our great city of Risha, your deeds outside of the city walls have become quite famous. No doubt, many in the city have already heard of you. Many in the city have heard of how you traversed the untraversable swamp of Regnolix. Whispers of your escape from the Fane realm, the courts of an ancient Fey deity, and the crossing of the swords of you and your ancient foe, the Raven, as he so styles himself. Indeed, we have heard of you too, and we do humbly invite you into our presence or I should say, 2 nights hence at ninth bell, ensure no one follows you, and come to the house of the Cuckoo Killers. Signed, your friend, Count Stefan Bloodhund, historian to the Duke Bertarkin.
So, it just occurred to me. So, these Cuckoo Killers, you can say that there's some sort of bloodhound gang?
Get out. Get out. Get out. So, it would appear that we've made friends. I don't know how I feel about this.
Do we go?
Well,
Some of these groups are looking for help.
Didn't you mention that the Cuckoo Killers were one of those groups? They were doing some sort of humanitarian effort?
Looking to figure out what to do with the refugees. What's going to happen when we start fighting?
Perhaps they may know something. It could be worth it.
I don't know, it could be a trap.
since when has that stopped us?
I mean, that's fair.
I say we sleep on it and discuss in the morning.
Keith, so it says 2 nights from now. Would that be the same day as our meeting with the Duke, or would that be the day before our meeting with the Duke?
Let's just say it's the day after.
Right.
I don't know if that is in line with what is actually happening, but we're going to say it.
Because you said
Okay.
3 days for when I spoke with the Colonel about meeting with the Duke. He said roughly 3 days, and this has been the same day.
I'll say this: you did not receive official notice from him. It could be 3 days. It could be more. It could be less. So I'll be ready whenever it's there.
All right, just asking to keep the timeline together.
Okay. Well, Aggie's report will have to wait, for it is time for us to draw to an end.
Ah, it is. Holy crap. I didn't realize how much time it
I
took.
didn't even realize. Thank you so much, Teeth, for another amazing episode. And welcome to Rosaline.
Hey, gasoline!
No, not
Rosapine!
It's Rosapine now.
Rosapine.
Yeah.
Oh my
You got your
gosh.
own new name.
Oh my god.
I cannot wait to see how you decide to join us.
Yeah, that's gonna be silly.
Oh no.
my god. All right. Take care,
I'm
y'all.
excited.
Goodbye.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
So, what will happen? What will this report hold? Is going to meet these people a good choice? You'll have to wait and find out till next time. Thursday at 9 p.m. Central, we will return to the Mark of a God campaign. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And as always, may Lucius guide thee. Farewell.